the decision of the appeal court to sack Senator Samuel Anyanwu as PDP National Secretary and reaffirm the emergence of SKE Ugochinyere as the substantive National Secretary of PDP is victory for intra-party democracy and end to political criminality that has audacity. We, the opposition lawmakers, applaud, celebrate, are happy, and we endorse the decision of the appeal court to throw out Senator Samuel Anyanwu as National Secretary of PDP and affirm SKE Ugochinyere as the substantive National Secretary of the People's Democratic Party. It offers a new beginning. It offers a new path that will bring sustainable solution to the madness, the political madness, the treacherous political audacity that have been going on in Wadata. We are elected officials of the party, leaders or supposed leaders of opposition, because of either plot of land or political intimidation or alliance or friendship, will be signing documents to sell out and give away opposition states, working with members of ruling government, going to London to have meetings with members and leaders of ruling government to destroy the opposition party, working for another political party while remaining in the opposition party. You can see that level of shamelessness, that level of political blindness and stupidity that has held our party. A party that wants to be the pride of African democracy. A party that ended 16 years of military rule. A party that proud leaders of this country like Ekweme, Solomon La, Gameda, Damuchiroma, Babatope, Jinwo, and so on and so forth founded. Samuel Anyanwu brought their Lagos lifestyle into the party and destroyed that political party. So we salute the courage of the justices of the appeal court who have looked at the matter. What is this matter? Samuel Anyanwu as National Secretary contested for governorship. He did the screening as National Secretary. He screened himself. He issued notice for the convention where the 3-man delegate that elected him was appointed. He wrote to INEC for the date of the primary where he emerged. He sent his own name to INEC as the winner of the primary. That he was a judge in his own case. Now the appeal court have looked at it and said, by virtue of Article 47 sub 5 of the PDP Constitution, that talks about resignation for a National Executive Committee member before you run an election. The most important thing here is that the PDP Constitution recognizes that you must resign. Whether you send that letter or not, that is immaterial. Equity sees as done that which ought to have been done. So whether you send it or not, as long as the Constitution made provision that you must send your resignation letter, even if the timeline to send it or when to send it or whatever, the point is that the very moment you decided to run for governorship election and emerge as governorship candidate of the party and your name was submitted to INEC, automatically you are no longer the National Secretary of the party. But he finished all this abracadabra, crowned himself a governorship candidate, misled all of us without people knowing they were not ready for the election. Now, after you lost the election, having worked for the interests of the APC without us knowing, you now return back and say you are still the National Secretary of the party. And then you start carrying Wike's handbag when he's going to Port Harcourt. And that's your qualification to come back. And then before you say Jack, they started obtaining injunctions for him in different courts with the Damagu so that they can remain in office. So that they can sabotage the party. At times I wonder whether their children can pick up the phone and call and say, Daddy, what are you doing? Is this how you want me to behave when I grow up? I don't know. That's whether their children at times see what their fathers do. So I want to salute the courage of the appeal courts that have ended this madness by first of all upholding the judgment of the Enugu State High Court that recognized the decision of the Southeast PDP leaders that nominated Ugochinyere as the substantive National Secretary of the party to complete the remainder of the term created by the vacancy in the office of National Secretary by the resignation of Samuel Anyanwu as National Secretary when he went to run for governorship. And the appeal court have restated the principle of PDP Constitution in Article 47.5 that any officer elected into the executive committee of the party at any level may resign his or her office by giving 30 days notice in writing to the appropriate executive committee, except in the case of resignation for the purpose of vying for an elective office, which shall be effective within the period stipulated in the guideline issued for such elective office by NEC. The most important thing they forgot that Supreme Court have established is that once this may comes with a duty that you owe, that you're supposed to discharge, it becomes mandatory. So for the fact that the law have said that you should resign, may resign, yes, you can choose not to resign. That means you cannot run the election. But when you choose to resign, when you choose to resign or choose to run the election, then you have chosen to resign. And that is why I was saying that indeed Equity C has done that which ought to have been done. So it is deemed to have been done and it's self-executory. But you finish the election, came back, and then you say you're still the national secretary of the party. So having stood for the primary election and contested the elective position of the office of governor of Imo State, Anyanwu cannot come back and say he's holding the office of the national secretary of the party. So in fact, he is deemed to have resigned and vacated that position within the party, thereby creating the vacancy in the office of national secretary that necessitated the Southeast Executive Committee to nominate Ugochinyere as the substantive national secretary. But he returned back from the governorship election, ran to Port Harcourt, and told them, I can carry your handbag once again. And they said, okay, go and get him an injunction. And then he let him remain as secretary of the party. Is it not NDC that lost the election in Ghana? Kept faith, worked so hard, came back, lost the game, but won 166 legislative seats. And the ruling party was at 167 or 166. And then in the election that held few days ago, NDC won landslide. Didn't Republicans lose? And then they come back and they won. That's how it's all over the world. But we lost. Since we lost, you have seen the character of people who are supposed to be fathers to us, who are supposed to emulate. Is it the character on the things, these stupid things? Is it what we should emulate, that we should do and also hand over to our children? And then the country will be like New York or be like Ghana or be like Dubai? Living like we're in a jungle? Adults? It's so irritating. So I want to salute the decision of the appeal court. As opposition lawmakers, we applaud the judgment. We have given our letter of congratulations to our new national secretary, Honorable Ugochinyere, and the opposition lawmakers are 100%, all of us in the coalition. The coalition lawmakers are 100% with you. We support that decision. The CUPP is happy. The opposition coalition is happy. And we pray that your tenure will be fruitful and help to restructure, reform, rebuild our party and bring in discipline and confidence that will help us to restructure.